Hi. A few days ago, Google released the first beta version of its artificial intelligence search engine, which is called Google Bard. This beta version is only available to users in America and Britain so far, and for a limited number of users to try it and give their feedback to Google. We are here to review its capabilities and compare them to ChatGPT. The main goal of Google Bard is to improve the user experience during the search process on the internet using the Google search engine. The normal method that we all use is to type in what we need in the search bar on Google, and the search engine shows us a list of related sites. As a user, you would typically enter these sites and try to open them one by one until you find what you need. However, what's new with search engines equipped with artificial intelligence is that you can ask the AI the question you want, as if you're talking to a real person. The AI then scans all the internet sites related to your query, reads and comprehends them, and writes detailed content based on your request and what it understood from those sites. Additionally, it can write content such as articles, reports, or even programming codes. Those who follow the competition between giant companies, especially Microsoft, are likely familiar with the subject of artificial intelligence. Google Bard is Google's response to Microsoft, which released its own artificial intelligence search engine called New Bing. Let's now try Google Bard and see our initial impressions, but it's important to note that what we're testing is still a beta version. We can visit bard.google.com to check it out. Since Bard is still in development, I will ask it about its abilities. We will notice that it doesn't write like ChatGPT, but instead takes some time to think before writing out the content and giving us a complete answer. It tells us that it has the ability to generate content such as reports, notices, emails, and music, as well as search for information on the internet. It also has the ability to translate and answer questions. You may be wondering what the difference is between Google Bard and the new Bing search engine? So, I asked Google Bard to provide me with a comparison table, and it presented 6 comparison points. However, surprisingly, it claimed that ChatGPT excels in creative content writing, which is different from Google Bard's main feature of searching the internet. Google Bard isn't designed to compete with ChatGPT in terms of content writing ability, but rather to make your internet searching experience easier. Anyhow, I decided to try it out and asked some general questions, such as what a smart home is. It provided me with an organized answer. It started explaining the components, benefits, and steps involved in creating a smart home. The answer provided was well organized, but it was also brief and stereotypical, with only 1 or 2 lines written for each point. This made it seem somewhat incomplete. Next, I asked if Google Bard could translate the answer into Arabic, but the response was unsatisfactory. We noticed that the response was written in Chinese and Japanese characters mixed in with Arabic and English, indicating that it failed to translate the text properly, unlike Bing or ChatGPT. This might be because it's still a beta version. What's odd is that Google Bard didn't use Google Translate for the translation. It's evident that Google doesn't want Google Bard to use literal translations like Google Translate. They're aiming to develop it to comprehend the intent behind the speech. If they achieve this, it'll be a significant advancement in the translation field. At that point, human translators may not be necessary anymore. Next, I will ask Google Bard the famous question that GPT-3 couldn't answer. The question is, Ahmed's mother has 4 children, Samir, Ali, and Mohammed. What is the name of the 4th child? Surprisingly, Google Bard answered the question and told me that the 4th child's name is Ahmed. This implies that it understands the meaning behind the words. This is a point in favor of Google, as GPT-3 was not able to answer this question until after it was updated to GPT-4, and even then, it reverted to answering general information questions. When I asked Google Bard about the population of Egypt, it provided me with a correct answer. This indicates that it is connected to the internet or at least a source of information that it can access. However, when I asked about a specific channel or its knowledge of a famous channel, it gave me random and incorrect answers. This indicates that we should not entirely rely on it. Perhaps it is still under development, but at present, it cannot compete with ChatGPT, even if its information is up-to-date. My general impression of Google is that it will be easy to use like all Google products, and most users will prefer it to be free, unlike ChatGPT, which has a paid version. Its strong point will remain that it will be integrated with Google services, especially the Internet Search Service. However, in the field of content writing, ChatGPT, especially its latest model, GPT-4, is still the king of artificial intelligence in content writing. Don't forget to support us by subscribing to the channel and sharing this video with your friends. Peace.